I'm Georgia. I am the co-founder of Break Into Tech. We have another wonderful success story today. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, the tech sales role that you landed, and yeah, just the overall salary that you're going to be getting?
Yeah, for sure. So, hi, my name's Jaspreet. I have a background in marketing. I saw TikToks from Georgia, and from the other Break Into Tech team. They were talking about tech sales. I was like, what is this? I had been trying to get, a new job for a couple of months at this point. So I think that's why you guys came up on my algorithm. And I remember just being like, this sounds incredible. Like, what's going on? And within a week, I joined the program. And within 2.5 weeks, I landed a role. So it's really quick. Everything was really quick. I honestly thought that it would take me about 3 months, but it took me, yeah, 2.5 weeks because the program is so detailed. There's so much information and there's so much support. So if you do dedicate like that, 1 to 2 hours a day, there's no reason why you can't get a job with this level of support. So I landed a BDR role with Flat Pay, which is a really fast growing company here in the UK right now. They're a Danish company and they are hiring a lot. So yeah, really fortunate to be able to have got this job. Really excited, and I start in when do I start? In a couple of weeks.
It's insane.
Yeah, it is insane. It's so insane. Like it was so quick, but it's incredible.
And what is the overall salary?
So the salary is something like I can't remember like the yearly, but like in the offer letter it said something like 45K OTE. And as you know, Georgia, like the targets, they're not difficult in the first couple of months of you working. So yeah.
Amazing. Before joining Break Into Tech, what was your background? Like, what was you doing then?
So I have a background in marketing. I'm the head of content and brand for a construction company at the moment. I love my job. Like it is so fun. I'm actually it's kind of bittersweet. I'm sad to be leaving, but I'm excited to be like starting this new like kind of fast-paced role where like the progression is clear. But that is the reason why I did choose to move. Progression was just starting to get a bit slow for me. And I was like, okay, I need to, tech sales. There's a clear progression. I'll be able to, once I've got the skills, I'll be able to get hired based on my like output, not based on other things. So once I have the skills to be a BDR, so like with marketing, I just found I wasn't even getting interviews, even though I've got like 12 years of experience. That doesn't make sense to me. I feel like with sales, if you have the skills for it, you use those right keywords in your CV, you will get an interview. You will at least have the chance to showcase your skills. It just wasn't the case for me. So that was like the main reason why I decided to take the leap.
Yeah, respect. I think
Exactly.
it's with sales is definitely a skill that is going to set you up for life.
Yeah, I agree. I think just having that communication, having like the emotional intelligence to see like where people are at, like, how do we push this a bit forward? Like, yeah, sales, it will take you to a lot of places in life, I think. I saw your transition from going from, like a hairdresser and then working in early years and then landing a tech sales role. And I was like, what is tech sales? And then I started watching your content and started to get an understanding as, okay, like you're selling a product to prospects.
Yeah.
That's not it doesn't sound difficult to me. And I was like, is this too good to be true? So for that week, I remember like looking at your TikTok and being like, is this too good to be true? And then I went on LinkedIn to look for jobs and I was like, okay, SDR, BDR, this is actually a thing. I genuinely thought that Break Into Tech was a scam before. I'm not even gonna lie. Because
Really?
it sounded too good to be true. Like all of the testimonials that you guys were putting out, this person landed this role in 3 months. And I was like, there's no way. But then once you start digging deeper and you're like, okay, these are real people on LinkedIn. These are real roles. They're real companies. Like, wow, it just sounds too good to be true. But it like I was able to land a role in 2.5 weeks, bearing in mind I have a full-time job and I also have two children.
Yeah.
So it is really possible. Like the course is incredible.
If you really take that time to invest in yourself, and if you are in that position, you really want to take that leap and you want to better yourself. I think obviously the role in itself can really develop you as a person so much because there's so many elements to the role. But not only that, I think, especially with the pay, like the salary and everything,
Yeah.
the progression is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. So like at flat pay, people are getting promoted within like 3 months.
that's amazing.
And I think Bilal was saying like almost doubling their salary like within that progression. Like that's insane from going to an entry level role to getting to being able to get a promotion within 3 months. Like that's is I don't think that's common. It's
Yeah.
definitely not from a marketing perspective. Like you have to work for about 2 years in one role, then go to a mid-market role and stay there for about, 4 or 5 years and then land a senior role. Um, so that's what I really like about tech sales is that you're rewarded by your effort, you're rewarded by your skill. There's no like politics or bureaucracy. And I think that's it's really important.
And I think that's a huge thing as to why there is a lot of skepticism around it because, the careers and everything that people are working so hard to, really put their time into and really develop over the years, they're still not seeing the same reward that you can get by going into tech sales and going into such an industry where you may not have that traditional background.
Yeah.
But you are still rewarded for the skills at the end of the day. Like you are really valuable to that company. And if you do a good
Yeah.
job, you're going to get rewarded for it.
100%. Yeah.
It's amazing. So, what would you say, to anybody else who has, come across either my page or someone else's, speaking about tech sales and they feel a little bit skeptic about it all? What advice would you give to them?
If you're transitioning,
Mm-hmm.
I'll speak to people who are like going to transition career because that's kind of my experience. If you're going to transition from a career from, I had a really well-established career, I had a really well-established um job role as well, a job role that I loved. Like it's not even like I didn't like it. I love this job. Um, have your eyes wide open as to like why you want to do it. If you want to earn more money, if you want to see clear progression, and if you want to join a community that is going to help you do that quick, then join Break Into Tech because I'll be honest, there's no way I could have landed an interview with flat pay, let alone get a job if it wasn't for this community. My CV was a mess. My LinkedIn was a mess. For me, I'm someone that hates interviews. Like they make me really nervous, but I was able to, get through both the interviews, like interview stages absolutely fine because everything is so clear in the course. So I'd say to anyone looking to do it, do your research, have a look at job roles, have a look at the pay, and see if it's something that you think you can do. And if it's something that interests you, do it. Like join the program because it's honestly incredible.
Oh, thank you so much. What would you say that you was, struggling with the most?
Because these are entry level roles, I feel like it's a bit easier to optimize your CV, especially with the help, to then go in and be like, okay, like I can totally do this role, especially if you've got experience in any kind of professional setting, to be honest, or even just customer service experience.
Yeah, definitely. I think anything that's client facing and you're good with communication, I think
Hmm.
you have a really fair shot. But I came from beauty and content creation. So
Yeah.
I was selling products and services, but it just wasn't in the traditional setting. But I didn't
Hmm.
realize I actually had
Yeah.
sales skills. I was
Yeah.
like, I am client facing. I am really good with people. I can
100%.
do this. And it's amazing. I think so many people they come across it like yourself and they just like I definitely don't have the skills or they think they're
Yeah.
coding and I think that's like a key point as to why I try and break it down and simplify it the best that I can because literally anyone can do this.
Yeah, anyone can. I think you just need to be able to communicate. I think you need to have resilience as well, because I know you're going to hear a lot of no's, like, in the day, which is fine. But it's like, just put the phone down, brush yourself off and be like, all right, cool, next person. Do you know what I
Let's
mean?
go
It's
again.
just, yeah, let's go again. So there is a kind of person that needs to do it. If you don't mind hearing no and like it doesn't affect you, like it's okay. You just pick up the phone again and crack on. And the good thing about it is that these people aren't going to see you again, are they?
No, they're not. That's the best part about it. And at the end of the
Exactly.
day, we're all human beings. We're all on this earth first time, as far as we know.
Yeah.
So we're all living, we're all learning. It's great. That's how I just treat people now. What would you say that you found most helpful about the program?
That is a really tough question because all of it was really helpful. Let me think about the modules. The coaching calls are really great. So they happen like almost every day, if not like every 2 days, 2 to 3 days. The coaching calls were incredible. A way to get live feedback. I'm someone who vibes off of people.
Hmm.
So when I'm in a community, I do much better. Like when I'm working with my team, I do much better work. That's just my personality. So being in that community and hearing people like, I've just done my CV, I've just landed this interview, I just got this rejection, but I've applied to 20 more jobs. Like hearing all of that, it's like, okay, like these people are doing it, I can do it too.
Yeah.
That was so helpful because applying for jobs it's soul destroying. I hate it. It's so soul destroying. So doing it with people. So that was definitely great. The coaching calls, the WhatsApp group as well. Um, the tech sales, the skills module.
Yeah.
It's a really chunky module, but when you go through it, you really get a good idea of, okay, I'm applying for this entry level tech sales role. I kind of have an idea of what I'm going to be doing before I get there. I have an idea of the platforms that I'm going to use. Like I was able to look at the things that were in the module and then go to like, you can do LinkedIn Learning and stuff
Yeah.
and get certain certifications to be like, okay, I can use like these things. Um, I can't pinpoint one thing because I think the course as a whole is so holistic and there's so many ways that like you can approach it. I genuinely had such a good experience. Yeah, I think such a cop-out answer, but all of it.
No, that's amazing. I'm glad that obviously we've been able to create something that's been so incredibly helpful and you found very easy to navigate your way through it as well,
Yeah.
especially because you landed a role within 2.5 weeks. So what would you say to everyone who would be watching this video? Like, why should they get into tech sales?
If you want a role that rewards your hard work with no politics, with no like bureaucracy, with, nothing like that, get into tech sales. If you want roles with clear progression, and in a kind of sector that is booming right now, get into tech sales. Those are like the two main reasons that I would say to do it.
And what advice would you give them if they were, scared to invest into a program like you have yourself? Like, what
Mhm.
advice would you give? Because I know a lot of people are quite, skeptical and they're scared to make
Mm.
that investment. So, yeah, I suppose.
Um, would say reach out to you guys, speak to the team. If you've got any questions, like I can't remember who I spoke to in the pipeline, but I spoke to a couple of people and I was just like, I wanted to know the numbers because of my marketing background. I was like, okay, how many people are joining? How many of those are getting jobs? In what time frame are they getting jobs? What kind of experience did they had? I wanted to see like what kind of people are joining. Could I do it? Basically, that's what I wanted to know. And based on that information, I was like, okay, like I think I can do it. And honestly, I never thought that I would be doing. I watched these success stories on a regular because I was just like, I need to get into the mindset of like these people who have landed roles. What is special about these people that I'm watching through a screen that I don't have? And when I'm watching them, I'm like, they are actually normal people, just like I am. So anyone who's watching this, I want you to know I am a regular person. I just had the right support and the right community to get through to the interview and to land a role. Without this, genuinely hand on my heart, I would not have even got, like I said before, wouldn't have even made it past the screening process. Like, not at all. So if you're thinking about it, definitely talk to one of the team. Ask any questions that you want. I think that everyone's so helpful. No one's gonna force you to like even on the call, like the initial call, I was just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do this. I need to like go talk to my family about it. And no one forced me to make a decision there and then. No one's gonna force you. There's like payment options available as well, because it is a big investment, but I do think it's an investment that is definitely worth it.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. I think, yeah, a lot of the time I really think about how I can really simplify it for those who
Mm,
they are deserving of a high paying career. Because at the end of the day, like some of the salaries that I hear people are on is just insane to me. And I'm
mm.
just like, you're not getting paid what you deserve. And
Yeah,
especially if you want the lifestyle that you want, you're never going to get there in the role that you're in. And I think
yeah.
that's primarily kind of why we created this whole thing.
Yeah, I love it. I love the support that you guys give and also like the support for women that you specifically like you're targeting women. I love that. And also like Lara and Bilal are talking to like, people of color, like they want to get more people of color into roles as well. Like I think it's so important. And I think, women in corporate and even just like professional places, like the numbers are there. We get paid a lot less. We get treated worse. Like it's a lot harder to break in. And same with like people of color, like you don't have the same opportunities as like your white peers or your male peers, and I think it's really important to speak to those people, and this is where, because you are just simply rewarded for your hard work, there is nothing else attached to it. You work hard, you will get the promotion. You work hard, you will get the money. And I think that was also some messaging that really spoke to me as well.
Crazy to me that this wasn't taught in like early education at all. Like, why is this
Yeah.
role been hidden? It's
Yeah.
almost like it's been tucked away in a little box, and it's like,
Yeah, it is. But I love that it's booming because obviously the job market can be a bit scary at the moment. But it's nice to know that there are sectors that are really booming. There is money to be made. And I want everyone to like watch this and know that there is money to be made. There's money for everyone. There's
yeah,
enough for everyone to make money and live their best life. You just need to be a little bit smart about it and like do your research and get the right support.
Thank you so much for everything today. I hope I haven't
Thank
taken too much of
you.
your time.
No, not at all. It was a really lovely conversation. It was nice to reflect on all of that, even though it's been like a whirlwind, just like not even 3 weeks. Tomorrow it will be three
Break
weeks
into
of
the
me
month.
joining. So thank you for having this conversation, and thank you to everyone at Break Into Tech for helping me actually break into tech.
You're more than welcome. I'm just so excited now to see your journey, like from the days that you start. It's going to be amazing.
Same.
So I hope we
Thank
stay in
you.
touch.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, awesome.
Well, I'll let you get going. But yeah, thank
Cool.
you so much for your time.
Thanks, Georgia. Bye.